Collective. Thanks for joining me for this tarot read. Let's go ahead and dig into it. We'll see what comes forward for you guys. I'm being told tokens, so we're going to actually start this read with a couple of tarot tokens. So please bring some tokens forward for the collective. We'll take 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's see what we got. So the Fool was the first one that popped out. We have the Tower and we have the Hierophant. Interesting. So I'd like to know where all of these sit. I don't know if somebody's having a chapter of life coming to an end, or maybe taking a leap of faith on sort of moving out of something and moving into something new. I keep seeing in this Hierophant, I see, I don't know if this is like an understanding that somebody has come to, or like a goal or a revelation, or it's like an aha moment or something they would like to pursue. It is positive though, but it's life-changing, and it can be very scary. I feel like it comes with uncertainties too, and somebody's a little bit unsure about which way it's going to go. We have Close Encounters, Healing the Heart, Wish Upon a Star, Quieting the Mind, Great and Full, and Shining Through. Close Encounters. You know, it's funny, a lot of times I get a really good vibe from that Close Encounters card. I feel like, you know, it's time to open up your heart. It's time to, you know, uncage your heart and be open to a new something. I feel blocking. I feel like this might be part of that Tower and blocking another energy, or moving away from another energy. Not giving that secondary energy any more of your energy. It's like they've taken up too much. Especially in Great and Full, I keep getting told that it's like, this is part of what this other energy did to you. It's almost like making you deny all of the blessings that you have in your life. All of the beautiful things about you that are blessings. All of your good qualities. All of these things that you would normally be grateful for and embrace and enjoy and love. It's like this person took that away, or made it seem like it wasn't a thing, like telling you you're not smart, or telling you you're not capable, or undermining you over and over again till your self-esteem is kind of almost non-existent. Wish Upon a Star. Even in this Wish Upon a Star, I do feel like it was like with this situation, it was like wishing that this person would change. Wishing that this would turn into something more, into something different. This person would come around. There would be a healing here. This would become something more. But I think someone took some time to think about it. And it was like, this is not going to happen. This person's not going to change. This person is kind of, at this point in time, they're stuck in who they are. And this is not going to get me what I need. See this Quieting the Mind. This is the Hierophant coin. This is when somebody came to this realization, this aha moment that, like I said, is extremely beneficial and is going to be a blessing in somebody's life. But it also brings some fear, some uncertainty. It's like, well, shit, now I got to make some pretty big changes. Okay, now that I have this revelation, now that I have this deep understanding, I can't just deny it and keep going the way that I've been going. Now I got to do some changing, and that's really scary. Because I do feel like sacrifice is part of this change. Letting something go and really accepting that something has come to an end or needs to come to an end. We're going to grab a couple more here. Divine Matrix, everything happens for a reason. Roots of Abundance. The Storyteller. And I'll tell you too, with this Storyteller, like, our lives are like very, 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 very long novels, if we're lucky. And they're full of many chapters, many endings, but many beginnings too. Lots of new beginnings. So just because one chapter comes to an end, it is not the end of our novel. It is not the end of our life. It's not the end of all. It just means that something new is about to start. And I think that's the revelation too that somebody's come to. This needs to come to an end so that something new can start. I don't want to live this chapter anymore. I don't want to live this cycle anymore. It's not bringing me the happiness and the fulfillment that I desire. And it's holding me back from finding it in other areas of my life. I need a tarot deck to expand on this. Ooh, that's the one I'm getting pulled to today. I'm going to scooch that guy over. So tarot, can you please give me more clarification on this read, on this situation that somebody's going through? The Hangman. Exactly. You know, after this aha moment, there is, like, in terms of the way somebody looks at a situation, there's no going back. There's no going back once this revelation has been had. This person knows what they need to do that's going to be best for them, but it is up to them to make the choice and to action. So the Hangman does very much come into play here. The only thing that can hold this person back from finding success or finding what they're actually looking for is them. It is them. It is the choices that they make. It is not allowing fear of change or fear of having to feel the disappointment and the heartache of bringing this to a tower and actualizing this tower, not allowing that fear to stop them from doing what they need to do. The Seven of Swords. The Hierophant. They got a lot of worries here. This is not easy bringing this to a tower. This has a lot of implications. This changes a family life dynamic. I'm not entirely sure if there's children involved here, but somebody has definitely built a home and a life with somebody. This has big implications. Housing, finances. So bringing this thing to an end, bringing this chapter to an end, somebody's going to have to make some huge changes. Huge changes. The Hierophant. See, we had the Hierophant come out twice, though. It was like somebody needed to know this. Somebody needed to know this. I got to grab a couple more here because I want to know, like, where that Seven of Swords comes into play, too. Tarot, can you bring me more clarification, please? Three of Wands. Moving on and moving forward. Because that Seven of Swords, a lot of times, is very sneaky energy. It's sneaky energy. It sneaks around, it lies, it cheats, it steals. The Page of Wands, the Page of Cups. It's almost like this life that somebody thought that they were building wasn't what it seemed to. It's like the other person wasn't what they seemed. Like they were hiding something. They were hiding as something pretty big and important that somebody had this revelation and was like, I probably need to step away from this. The best thing for me to do is to cut ties, to cut loose, even though there's huge implications, and to move on and move forward. Somebody lied about something really big. Magician, King of Swords. So I got some of this. I got some of this in one of my reads yesterday. It's interesting that it's coming back out. The person who they're with, see, and that makes sense with Close Encounters in the Cage too. That person is actually married. That person was hiding that they are legally married. They have children. They have a family situation that they are ignoring. I don't know if they live extremely far from it, so it's easy to ignore. And it's easy to pretend like it doesn't exist. Because these two people were living together. That's what I feel in the cards. These two people were living together. There's a housing situation here. People were building a life together. And then they realized, like, this revelation of there is this entire other life going on for this other person that they've been hiding, they've been ducking, they've been avoiding. And it was like, holy cow, well, how can I build a life with somebody like this when they still have all of this going on over here? And if this is how much respect they show to that type of a situation, legal commitments like that, partnership commitment, and to children, what the hell kind of partner would I be getting if I stuck around? Page of Cups, oh, wow. I get a couple more cards here. Four of Cups. Like I said, this is not an easy transition. This is not an easy change for somebody to make. There's housing here. There's where am I going to live? That has to do with money and finances too. So they were both putting money in, or this person who they were with who's actually married was putting in a good chunk of money because this person's worried about financially how they're going to make it on their own too. The Death card. Knight of Pentacles. I don't think this person has, I don't know if they have an income or they don't have a lot of an income. Money is a huge worry. How are they going to make ends meet? Where is the money going to come from if they step away from this situation? There's a whole lot of worries going on, but there's something different. There's something else in the cards here. Ace of Swords. I think part of them hopes. I don't know if it's like hoping that this isn't true or hoping that this person is gonna really end it with that spouse and start a new commitment. But I keep getting pulled to High Priestess and like, you know what this is. Don't let that Hierophant go. Don't let that revelation go. Don't ignore that revelation. Don't ignore that. Like, that is what the truth is. The truth is this person already has a legal commitment somewhere else. They have a family somewhere else that they've been ignoring. The Knight of Cups. They are not in a position to be making offerings anywhere else because they are still tied to another situation that they have not resolved. Page of Swords. And I think they're trying to draw this person back in too. Like this, whoever this is on the other side of this one who still has a family, who still has ties. The King of Swords is what strikes me most about that person. The King of Swords, somebody who's sort of not really emotionally plugged in. It strikes me the most that this is this person. This is the card that represents this person. I think they're trying to draw this one back in. They're like, stick around, stick around. Like, it can be whatever, we'll just forget about my wife, or I'll divorce my wife or my husband or whoever it is. I'll divorce that person and we can be together. But it's not like that. And somebody's intuition knows this Hierophant, once they've come to this conclusion, after taking time to think like this, quieting the mind, like somebody took some space to figure some shit out after they found this out, to figure out what they were going to do. There is no going back after you've had that revelation. As hurtful as it is, there's no going back. There's no changing that. And I think they see that this person just doesn't have much to offer them, aside from, housing or finances. Because like I said, I don't feel emotions. I don't feel a lot of emotional connection with whoever this person was, which I do feel like was part of the problem. And what might have been the tip off that something was wrong or this person was hiding things. Because I do feel very closed off emotion. I get pulled back to that close encounters with the cage. The one inside the cage, that is that King of Swords. That is the one who was hiding everything. They kept themselves caged off because they didn't want anybody coming in and finding out what was going on. They wanted to keep everybody closed off so nobody could figure it out. Ace of Wands. 6 of Coins. I feel something about money in that 6 of Coins, like offering money. Offering money. I almost wonder if there's a different dynamic going on here. I need to pull a few more cards before I delve into it. I'm starting to get a bit of a vibe here, which would definitely change and make somebody do a whole lot of worrying. Well, I'm going to grab a few more. Feel like whoever this person is, there might even be a pregnancy involved. There might be a pregnancy involved at this point in time. And it's like, this is part of this fear. This is part of this, how am I going to survive? This is, now I have all this other thing going on. How am I going to be able to make ends meet? So I feel like somebody's offering, like they're offering money. Like I can look after you. I can look after you. But I don't know, it's like this King of Swords would like to keep this person financially stuck to them. Like, I don't know if they got some serious control issues. So I feel there's something about money and the way that they offer money. And it's not like, whatever you need. It's not like this loving kindness and I want to take care of you kind of thing. There's something else that goes along with it. There's a darker emotion that goes behind it. I don't know if it's like resentment or if it's used as a control thing. It's not positive though. It's like they see other people who they have to give money to as kind of like a burden, but they also, like I said, they see it as a way of control. So it pisses them off, but they'll do it because then they can control what somebody else is doing in somebody else's situation. Wheel of Fortune. That one too. Lover's card, yeah. As I don't think this choice has been made yet. I think somebody's mulling this over extremely carefully. Whoever this is who's had this revelation is still not actioned a tower in this situation. I think they're trying to think every aspect of it through. I think the fear is extremely overwhelming of what this future is going to bring, of financially, how are they going to make ends meet, where are they going to live, and then having to deal with the emotional side of everything. Somebody worries they're not strong enough. Somebody is worried that they are not strong enough to be able to do this journey, that they're not strong enough to be able to make this choice. But I just keep feeling like I can't live in it the way it is. Like I can't accept it for what it is. It's not working for me. This is not what I want. This is not the type of life that I want. But I don't feel like I'm strong enough for the alternative. I don't feel like I'm strong enough to strike out on my own, to do things on my own. I don't know. Like, this is what I see too. And I know this is what somebody already knows. So it seems kind of pointless to reiterate it because this is part of the revelation that somebody has come to. They will be the only one who ever does emotional work in this relationship. Okay? Emotionally, this relationship is never going to be what somebody hopes it is going to be, because you got one side of it who will not open up emotionally. You have one side of it who's been lying about extremely important things, who likes to keep things closed off, who likes to keep their heart closed off. Like their priorities in a relationship and their idea of what a relationship is completely different. Now, I do feel like this Queen of Cups is representative of the person who's going through this and trying to think this out. You just got two different people here. This is not going to be this beautiful, deep soulmate connection, grow old, on the front porch and the rocking chairs holding hands kind of thing. This is never going to be that, because this other side of things won't allow it to be that. This other side of things has a whole lot of other crap they've been hiding and a whole lot of other things going on. Somebody most definitely has a choice to make. Is that something they're willing to settle for? Because I'm going to tell you this too. Especially with this King of Wands sitting next to the Three of Cups, this King of Swords character, who is this King of Wands, this is this person who's within the cage. This person does not intend on having a divorce on the other side, okay? Because they don't want finances divided. This is somebody, like I said, money. Money is like a big thing for this person. Greedy, resentful. It brings out a lot of negativity in this person. They don't want to go through the process. They don't want to spend the money on the lawyers. They don't want to have to give any money to this other person, because I feel like right now they've completely dodged them. They've like moved to another city, another state, another province, whatever it is. And they're just living this different life and they're keeping their money for themselves right now. They don't want to give anything back. So they're not going to re-engage in that in any kind of legal form where they're going to wind up having to give money. So this is going to stay a third party thing forever and ever until the end of time, because they won't deal. That person has no intention of legally ending things with their other spouse. They want to keep things the way that they are. On the World card. And that's exactly it. That is exactly it. This person will never truly cut ties with their spouse. They won't. They won't get a divorce. They might say that they will, but they won't. They have no intention because they're not going to divorce one and get married to another. They don't want that financial connection. They don't want somebody to have any claim to their finances. That's not a path that they want to walk ever again. It's not even one that they want to walk right now, but they won't even bring it to a proper end. They're just so worried about money, so worried about their own finances, and being able to control money, control the flow of money, where it goes. They will never bring that relationship to an end. They will never take that to court. They will never do that. And what they have to offer this person is the same kind of control freak money thing with like zero emotional connection. And they're always going to be juggling. So our Queen of Cups will always be juggled by this King of Swords. Always and forever, for as long as our Queen of Cups chooses to put up with it. And this is part of the revelation too. This Queen of Cups knows this. This Queen of Cups is aware, but it really takes time for this to sink in. And for this person to be able to action this change. Because I keep feeling like the Tower is coming. They will choose a Tower, but they need time to allow it to sink in. They need time for that really like acceptance. This is over. This is never going to be what I need it to be. This is only ever going to give me burdens. This person will only lie to me. And I feel like I've been betrayed by somebody I put a lot of time, love, and effort into. They absolutely feel betrayed because they didn't know that they were really a third party, which is what they are, because this other person is technically married and they had no idea. They were duped too. They got lied to too. This person had no idea that this is what was going on. And now that they do, yeah. I do see them finding the strength to action this, but it is like, especially with that Fool coin, sometimes it represents a leap of faith. If this person sits and thinks about it too much, it's going to take them longer and longer to do it. It's like a Band-Aid you just got to rip off. Like, just go for it. Just pack your stuff and just go. And just go. This is what they're going to have to do to find the strength to action it. They're just going to have to force themselves to just pick it all up, pick all their stuff up, and just leave. And just go. And just do it all in one shot. And then just go somewhere and figure it out somewhere else. Because once they have space apart, then they can start getting their feet under them. They can start dealing with their emotions. They can start, finding that stability and really trusting in the choice that they're making. But as long as they're with this person and everything's sort of up in the air and the emotions are really heavy, the longer they think about it, the harder it's going to be to action this change. And they know this change needs to happen. This person is 100% aware that this needs to come to the end. There's the Fool card too. Right next to the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is about choosing wisely. Choose wisely. This person knows what they need to do. They do. They absolutely do. But they're going to have to just leap and do it. Because like I said, the longer they think about it, the harder it's going to be to do. They're just going to have to leap and do it when they're ready. Alrighty guys, that is your read.